Craft Brews and Casual Conversations. My name is Ramona, and I am from Barcelona. I know I don't sound like it, but that's where I'm from, and you have to believe me. I'm a big, sexy lady, and when I am, not being sexy, I'm listening to this podcast and ultimately getting sexy while listening to the podcast. Dudes with Brews on a Porch. You're about to hear it. You're about to be moderately aroused, pleasantly chubbed, and you're gonna wipe the windows clean.
Cue it.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life.
Dude.
Dudes with Brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
Here we are. No guests this week. Just the people that you know and that you love. Rob and Drew are here. Robert, you are drinking a beer that, I could think, I could say describes you a little bit. Mr. Smooth Goes to Hollywood. You're smooth in so many ways in your interactions with people, especially the women, and your body. Super smooth.
Yeah, hairless.
By choice.
Yeah, it's I don't have a disease. I just
Right.
What is that? Propecia?
Alopecia?
No, that's a hair growth treatment, isn't it?
Alopecia?
Yeah.
I think that's what you're saying.
I got something maybe. I don't know.
You don't have it. But anyways, you're drinking Mr. Smooth Goes to Hollywood from Paperback Brewing Company, which is a collaboration beer with Bottle Logic Brewing, both from California. Paperback from Glendale, Bottle Logic from Anaheim. Here are the details. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Collaboration with Bottle Logic Brewing. It is a fruit beer. That's all I got. Fruit beer is made with fruit or fruit extract that are added during any portion of the brewing process, providing obvious yet harmonious fruit qualities. This idea is expanded to field beers that utilize vegetables and herbs. It is 6% ABV, 0 on the IBUs. Do you have any more information for us?
It's a strawberry mango smoothie beer.
Okay. It looks.
And the can, you tell me, is this Burt Reynolds or is this Tom Selleck?
It could be both. Could be both.
All right.
But
so
yes.
my eyes don't deceive me. Yeah. Okay.
Interestingly enough, I just watched I was listening to a podcast today while I was picking up the 50 pounds of dog poop in my backyard. Since all the snow is now melted, I figured today would be a good day to pick up the poop. And I heard a story about Burt Reynolds and Mark Summers. Remember Mark Summers?
No.
From Double Dare?
Enlighten me.
The host of Double Dare?
Geez, Double Dare, yeah.
There's a famous clip or when he was on Jay Leno's talk show. Him and Burt Reynolds kind of got into it. Burt Reynolds at one point dumped water on Mark Summers, and this wasn't part of the script. And it's a funny clip. You should watch it. Mark Summers gets some good zingers on Burt Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds, R.I.P. He's dead now.
Mark Summers killed him.
Yeah, with a pie, believe it or not.
He waited 20 years and
yeah. I am drinking Drekker Brewing Company's Freak Parade. Drekker from Fargo, North Dakota. We packed this beast with an absurd amount of Vic Secret, El Dorado, and Mosaic hops, and the result is a juicy citrus, melon, and stone fruit burst of pure radness wrapped in a pillowy soft bundle of awesome. It is 8.2 IBV, 70 on the IBU. It is a.
What does that mean? Is it going to be bitter?
Mm-hmm. It's an IPA, of course.
The bitter scale is not like golf. You want it to be
Yes. Drekker always has cool Viking-esque art. I hear the brewery itself is pretty awesome. I've never been to it. I want to go to it. It's about an hour away from where my grandma lives. So when I visit my grandma, we're always like, oh, let's go to Drekker. And we never do it. But one day I plan on getting there, and I will keep you up to date on it, I guess. But yeah, this 70 on the IBUs. So we actually got a number for the IBUs. It's not like it's got a little haze to it, but it's not like a hazy. The smell.
I mean, that's hazier than some hazies I've seen, which is weird.
The smell is delicious. The taste is very bitter. It's got that bitter upfrontness to it. It's got a bitter aftertaste as well. But it's pretty tasty.
Mine has a very. It smells like it's going to be a sour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about that, but it's very. I can smell the mango. I can smell the strawberry up front too.
I don't really get any of the stone fruit aspect of it. Or somebody probably does, but I don't, and that's okay. It's good enough. It's good, and I will enjoy it for the duration of this conversation. That is Dudes with Brews. Rob, I've been in a weird headspace as of a few days. I've found myself kind of reverting back to some old habits in which I compare what I have to what my friends have. And, I'm often met with disappointment because of it. Chris and I are always talking about getting a new house. We added a third kid. Space is limited, but I don't think it's in the realm of possibility right now. Maybe someday, but not anytime soon. And then I get to thinking, well, how does this person get this? How does this person have that? And it makes me mad. And you know what? I need to humble myself and say, look at all the things that you have. And I need to look at myself in the mirror and say, when are you going to stop comparing yourself and always wanting more? When are you ever going to be content? And you want to know the answer, Rob? Never.
I'm all ears. Okay.
Never.
All right.
I'm never going to stop doing that.
I don't know why I expected more from that, but
because there's something wrong with me, Rob. I need medication. And I don't know what medication is going to be. Maybe it's an aspirin. Who knows? But I'm just saying, gosh darn it. I've done it my whole life, and I'm going to continue doing it. Let's face it. Let's be honest with ourselves. I have flaws, and I'm not going to.
It's a flaw. It's called ambition. Real quick. Side note: is my audio okay? Because I just realized my microphone is not plugged in.
You can tell it's not plugged in. Yep.
You
want to try plugging it?
Remedy that, or are we all in?
I'll pause it, and you can try it. All right.
I'm so sorry.
The tech issues have been solved. You sound better. I heard you peeing like a champion, and now back to where we were. Yes, I continue to compare myself to other people, and you say it's ambition. But you know what? I think if your therapist is listening and my sister's therapist is listening, they would say you're wrong. It's not ambition. It's some childhood trauma linked in my wiring up in my cranium. And there's something the matter with me. I should be grateful for what I have, damn it. Most people don't have a house. Most people don't have a vehicle to get to work. You know what I mean? I have all those things, but I also, no, whatever. And it's driving me nuts a little bit. And to the point to where, you know what I'm going to do tomorrow, Rob? You know what I'm going to do tomorrow?
What?
There's a 99% chance that I'm going to accept another opportunity to get a second master's degree. I applied. I've pretty much told I'm accepted, and tomorrow it's going to be official. I'm going to dig myself. I'm going to dig myself into more student debt because I'm stupid, and then I'm going to even prolong the experience of
it's going to stop you from getting a bigger house. You know that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, unless I.
But I only have one question for you, and this is the most important question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you jealous of me?
I am.
All right, cool. All right, let's move on, and that's all I needed to hear. And
I am to some degrees, yes. I'm jealous that yesterday you got to perform in front of people, and you're really like going out there and accomplishing your dreams, man. You're doing the things. I have dreams too, and one of them involves this podcast or the radio life and things like that. And they're not close to being achieved. And I shouldn't say I'm jealous of you, but I'm motivated to figure out how the hell to do it. And you did a thing yesterday. We're going to talk about it. You came out you left Wisconsin, moved to California with a goal in mind, and we're pushing on almost a year of you being there.
A month. At the end of this month, it'll be a year.
And you've done tremendous things in that short amount of time, and you're doing it. And then there's me. I'm just like, well, I want this and this and this and this. And there's no
Yeah, you only became a master this year. So how
it doesn't matter.
Could you ever be happy?
Along with it, it didn't change anything. It just helped me keep the job that I have, and then financially there's no gain. There was no gain. The second one that I'm getting, there would be a moderate financial gain to it if I were to get a job in the area that the second one's going to be in.
I think you will. I think it's like
maybe.
It's I'd be interested to find out if the principal of your school, I don't know who the boss is
we're not saying names.
I'm not saying names. I'm not saying the school name. I'm not saying well, I always think I learned my lesson, but then I do slip some information in. But if they heard you talking about your aspirations and they're not, like, I'm a little worried about, like, people at work. I've mentioned a few times that, like, I came out here to be a writer. They think that I want to be a maintenance person, and I want to move up in that field. And it's like, I don't. I like my job, but it is just a job. Like, it's not what I want to do.
I'm doing what I want to do to a degree, but I just have other things. Like, I want to, like, I don't know, man. Like, I want. The radio stuff is fine. It's fun. I enjoy it. But it's a smaller market, a medium-sized market, you could say. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what I want from it. I want something bigger than what I have. I want this podcast to be bigger. And I know there's a million podcasts out there that have the same idea that we do. We drink a beer and we talk about random things. There's really no format to it, right? We bring on people every once in a while who got some cool things to promote. We talk to them. But I think, there's different, like, you have a story that you can tell that you have told that a lot of people don't have experience with, or a lot of people do have experience with, but don't have the courage to talk about it. I have a whole new, a different experience compared to you. You battled addiction and you overcame it. Quite frankly, and I know you can say you're never cured or whatever they want to say, but you know what?
I don't agree with that statement. I think you can cure yourself, honestly.
And you've done a good job. You've done an amazing job. You've been able to be responsible with the vices that you have. You drink, and it's not a problem. You've been able, like, I think you did a good job, and I've never had this. I've never had to deal with it, but like, it's all. A lot of people go this all or nothing type of thing. Like, you can either do it all or you can't do it all, right? But you're like, no, these are the substances. These are the things I need to stay away from. I have a problem with this. I'm going to stay away from that. I'm going to stay away from the influences of that. And now I've been able to control it this way. You do it in a healthy way. You said, I'm moving to California. I'm going to be a writer. And gosh darn it, you've done it. I mean, of course, there's more I'm sure you want to do, but you're working on it. You're doing it. And
it's all, and maybe that's where me and you we differ so much. Where it's like, I'm surrounded by people that I should be kind of jealous of. I should be going, like, they're doing all the things that they're doing, the things I want to do at the level I want to do them, but instead I get to go, like, oh, I get to pick their brain. I get to learn from them. I get to. I mean,
there's people I talk to.
I love being a part of the community that I'm a part of. Whereas you have a different motivational mindset, which is, I want that. That's what I want. But, like, the one, maybe nobody ever told you this, but the grass is not always greener on the other side.
I've heard that. And the grass is
sometimes it's got 50 pounds of dog poop in it as well. It's just not mowed as well, so you can't see it.
The grass is fine here. I'm fine, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, and a lot of it has to do with money. I want to be able to. I get 3 kids. I got a kid who's going to be in high school next year, so I got like 4.5 years maybe left until Madison is an adult and doing things on her own, probably, right? So I wanna give her some experiences. Like I want to go to Disney World and I don't want it to be a financial burden. I want to go do be able to go do cool things. Right now, I manage living how I live. I can do that, and we can do some cool stuff every once in a while. But it's nothing. None of it is big. Our big trip is going to my grandma's house in Minnesota. Granted, she lives on a lake, and it's very nice, and we have a lot of fun, and we enjoy doing that. But you know what? I want to do some cool stuff that I didn't get to do when I was a kid, and it's just I don't know. It's just a weird space to be in sometimes, and I'm sure I can change that eventually.
Yeah. Well, we do what we can. I'm going more based on like my parents because I don't have kids that I have to worry about that with. Like when Bethany was born, like I definitely like try to, instead of getting her a present for her birthday or something, it's like I'm going to take her and go do something with her.
Right.
And it didn't have to be big because she was young. So it's like I will always remember going to the sports complex water park with her. It was so much fun. It was an amazing day. I left a piece of myself there, i.e. my glasses at the bottom of the lake.
Oh, I thought you like pooped or something.
No, maybe I did there. I don't think so though. If I did, I was unaware. But I will say like my parents had 5 kids. The biggest thing we were ever able to really go do that was like a thing was we would go to Great America.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a little bit later. I was a little older, which is it's a fun time, but it was going up to Michigan. It was going to Wisconsin Rapids, to my grandma's house, to my uncle's house. Like, those are the times that I remember growing more and just being like, this is it, like that cemented me as part of who I am. Going to Great America did nothing for my personality. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a memory, but it was going to the places that were like had some sort of like family. I don't even know, going to Michigan, it's so slowed down up there, and you get to experience a different type of life for a minute. And going to Wisconsin Rapids, like my Uncle Stoney was the one that introduced me to some of the best books I've ever read, and just like hanging out with my brothers in the woods, those are experiences that they're not. Yeah, as a parent, you go, I wish I could give them more, but I'm telling you, from the child's perspective, like they can make more out of those experiences than Disney World would ever give them.
Yeah. So you're saying I'm wrong?
But yeah, absolutely. But
that settles that.
I mean, Disney World's probably great, and I was just talking to a guy. Actually, I was just talking to 2 people about going to, what is it, Disneyland?
Disneyland with you. Yep. And I've been there. I went there in high school on a course trip, and it was awesome. It's fun, and you're right. Like, I mean, I have a lot of fun. We love going to Minnesota, and that's Madison's like. She's very much like, I told her like, hey, this year we're probably not going to go over the 4th of July. And she's like, what do you mean we're not going to go over the 4th of July? That's when we go. That's when we get to do this, this, and this. So like, obviously, you're right. The memories are there, and it builds her as a character. And I was just like, well, my sister is going to go over the 4th of July. She's got 5 kids. And I was like, there's just no way. Like, we're going to pack our family in the car and go there too. And just overwhelmed my 86-year-old grandmother. You know what I mean? I was like, we'll go a different time. We'll go a different weekend. But Julia doesn't get to go over the 4th of July a lot, so she can go experience it that, and we're kind of doing it that way. I love going, and it's fun. And, I mean, part of my job now is I get summers off, which gives me an opportunity to go do cool stuff. Like, I'm pretty excited this summer. I think we're just going to do a lot of fishing. I'm going to buy some fishing poles. And then we're just gonna fish a little bit, and I'm gonna go take them to wherever and do that. And I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be fun.
But that's like the thing, like that. There's places around there like that I didn't even realize what we had. Where it's like, go to Horicon Marsh, go to Breakneck, go to High Cliff. Your kids would love that stuff. Like Ashton has got, like, I mean, at Breakneck, are you kidding me? He would love that.
It's a dangerous place.
No, it's not. The name is misleading.
I've been there.
One guy breaks his neck and forevermore.
You're right. But I just sometimes get in that headspace, and it's
and with the house and the space, it's like Madison is you know, she's smart. She'll probably go to college. She'll probably you know, go off somewhere maybe when she's 18 or 19 and
Carissa just scared the shit out of me.
I saw that. Yeah. But you know, it's like when Ashton gets into high school, maybe he'll want to move into the basement. I mean, you have a huge basement with a lot of unused space down there that why wouldn't you do something with that? You know, like
hold on a second. Yeah, you're in the view of that. Yes, absolutely. She has to pump, and she doesn't want you to see her breasts.
Oh, okay.
Or do you want? How much were you willing to pay for that?
I mean, you got Zelle?
All right, you're good now. I moved the computer. One, there's no way Ashton or any kid will ever be in my basement. When you have the problem is in the winter time, you know, if somebody's room is down there, I'm not parking in the driveway. You have to get through my basement through the garage. So, like, if my car's parked in there, both cars are in there. Whenever you're there, you're there. You're not getting out. And if you gotta pee really quick, you're screwed.
There's a drain down there, dude.
You're right. There is.
We're talking about a high school kid. He's gonna want to move down there.
I could do something cool with my basement. You are right. I could, and I've thought about like different ways to like create space in my bedroom. Or I'm thinking of like over a spring break, I'm gonna change some things in Ashton's room so there's like more space and stuff like that. It is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. Theoretically, we could live here forever, and it will be just fine. We're not gonna have any problems. It's just, you know, I just always want more. There's something wrong with me, Rob, that I always want more. And maybe because when I was young, I didn't have a lot. I didn't have everything that my friends had. I was the only one of my friends that lived in like an apartment or a duplex in a rental. You know what I mean? Like I didn't live in a house. I did all that stuff. So there's something wrong with me that stems from my childhood.
You know, we were renting, right? Like,
yeah, but you still had a house. Renting. You still had a house. And it was, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just associate it's weird. I'm fucked up, man. And it is what it is.
I don't think you're messed up. It's just that we all find a way to motivate ourselves, whatever that way is. Mm-hmm. Like if that's because remember, it wasn't, you know, it's like this is something I have been talking to people out here about because after this thing that I did the other night, like a lot of people asked me, what's the podcast about? And it's like, it's so easy to like to just go like, oh, it's craft brews and casual conversations. But no, in reality, what it's about is it's about us. It's about the last 5 years of our lives where we both started in the same place, so to speak. Mm-hmm. You know, working third shift at a job we hated, not getting enough sleep, not interacting with people the way we wanted to. And then, like, if you listen to the like longevity of it, if you don't just like go this episode or that episode, if you go back, and you didn't even anticipate this when you started it because it started with a different host. It started with, you know, the first 20 episodes were with different people after Josh left, and but what it became is it really is like it's two different, like us, you and me doing two, like going down two completely different paths. You went through a divorce. You went through, you had a kid. You bought a house. You went back to school. You got your master's degree. You changed professions 100%. And I went from being, you know, depressed and addicted to drugs to sober and moving to California and who knows what will happen in the next 5 years as we do this. But that is what the podcast is about. It's not as casual as our slogan would suggest. Mm-hmm. And we've gotten cooler and cooler guests, and not to discount any of our early guests, like because everybody that we've met through this thing is been amazing. And it's like we're you know, try to support what people are doing, and they're trying to support what we're doing, and you know, it's like we. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I'm kind of like that's where our mentalities differ. Where, I don't look at what other people have. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing it. I'm just saying like, you know, you have plenty. And you're the one that created this thing, which helped me so much. So like I have a hard time going down that road with you, but I understand where you're coming from because I know you well enough to know like this is your mentality. It always has been. It always has been.
Yeah.
And if it always will be, I don't know. Like, well, what happens if you get everything you want? I think honestly, like,
theoretically, I already
if
have.
you got, well, I'm just saying, like, if you got a Sirius XM show with 50 million listeners, and you did live shows with accolades and all this, I think you'd be like, you know, Brad Pitt gets to be in movies. Why don't I get that? You know, like
perhaps that sounds great though. That does sound nice. I would be all for that. But yeah, all right. Well, enough about my my issues.
Neurosis, was that I think that qualifies as a neuroses, right?
Probably. How did yesterday go? So we had the first on this lodge. I was very sad I couldn't be there. I wish I could have, because it sounds like a really fun thing. You got to speak. You got to speak on litany.
Really good.
On litany. So did you do the opener that was previously discussed?
What did we discuss as the opener?
Where you said like, are you a go with the flow type of person?
No, okay. So I decided to go. I started with and I was like the one thing I didn't do that I wanted to do was I wanted to go like, all right, everybody, imagine we're in a big open space and there's an echo and this dark void around us, and then I was gonna go like, in the beginning, there was nothing, you know, and like do the echo and then like do that for, but the opening was too long and I would have had to do that through the whole thing to land what I was trying to, like, because I want to be like but I just did this opening thing about like you know, in the beginning there's nothing and nothing couldn't be categorized, so it had to become something, and something started to become everything, and the chaos that comes with becoming everything needed to be filtered and categorized and listed, and so humanity was born with these brains that are custom built for creating patterns and creating lists and organizing things, and then like so at this birth of civilization, and then I cut it off and I jumped down off the stage and I said, if I start at the beginning of the cosmos, I'll be talking about this forever, so let's get personal. Who here does lists? Who's a lister here? That's where I started at that point. And I think I only did like 3 or 4 minutes, and it wasn't about me. It was about Rob and his book, and he did amazing. He got up and he read a chapter from each one of the books. There was, and this is where I had to text. I feel so terrible right now because I can't remember her like Instagram or what, like Halloween haiku and something. This person that she does like a haiku a day, and they're like on her Instagram, and we'll post it. We'll link her to it because they were really fucking good. She got up there and told, like, did these haikus that she wrote based on the books or from that she got from reading the books, and just knocked it out of the park, you know. And then Rob got up and read a chapter from the first book, and then I had to go up, and I was so nervous. I was spilling wine. I had like an inch of wine in a 6-inch tall glass, and I was shaking so bad that I still had to put it down, you know, because it was like there was like 50 people there, you know. I expected,
that's awesome.
Like Rob undersold it. He said that there was only going to be like 12 people, and but there were like 50 people packed into this awesome, like, upstairs of the Crooked Path, which is like a apothecary mystic shop. And we got up there and it was like something straight out of the book. There was like a room with like a skull in it and these crazy murals, like the dark arts room, and there was a seance table in the back, and then like this little stage. Everybody brought wine, and it was like, it was just a surreal thing, where it's like being there felt like you're being on the ground floor of a community that's being built, and everybody was so supportive, and everybody was so like that's one thing where I was like, I really do wish that you would have been there. I would, like, if we can get this, like, the live podcast out here, these people will come, and you will get to experience what I experienced, which is the warmth of a crowd of people that just want to see people create something. They just want to see honesty and realism, and they want to see you succeed, but they want to see you try more than anything else. And like, you could try and fail and they would still go. Like, the fact that you did it is so amazing, like, to see that, like, like, that's the first step, like, whatever. So then Amy, who we will also try to I think I have all her information, so we can tag her as well. She got up and talked on sexual surrealism, and was like talking about these things, like studies from the 1930s, like the things that we were doing way back in the day, that I didn't know about. And I wish it was recorded. I wish people could see what happened in that room. But it's like, because there was all these, like, there's just this cat there that was like, literally, like, wanted to be the center of attention, and was like on cue, on point. I mean, if this cat was it was John Lovitz as a cat, like, it just came in like, I'm me. What do you think about that, Jack? When you talk about meowing cats, I'm gonna meow, motherfucker. Like, this cat, like, stole the show for a little while, and there was tarot card readings, and it was a really cool experience that I'm super glad that I did. And so many people came up and were talked to me afterwards, and had nothing but nice things to say. They asked about the podcast because Rob, being a better marketer than I am for other people, he doesn't, it's like, the whole point of him having other people talk at this thing was that he's not good at marketing himself. He didn't want it to be all about him, because that's the type of person he is. But in the intro, when he introduced me, he said, like, he's got a podcast. He mentioned the podcast, something I never would have done, because I just don't think that way also. And so many people came up and asked me about it afterwards. And it's like, I hope they listen to this, and I hope they understand how much it meant to me that they applauded and approached me afterwards. And I'm so glad that I met all these people, and I'm so glad that everybody showed up for Rob as well. So it was so cool. It was really cool.
Well, I mean, really, when you think about it, and what we were talking about earlier, you wrote something. You wrote this speech. You wrote this presentation. And then you performed it. You did it. Like, in a sense, you did a, spoken word, in a sense, is still a stand-up type of feel, even though it might not have been, necessarily.
It wasn't fully scripted, but it was definitely outlined, and
right.
I made, it's like, I'm talking about litany, and just so people understand what it was, if you haven't read the books that we've been promoting, it's or if you haven't listened to Rob's podcast, like, in his book, he created a spiritual shop that has these things called lodges that are omniscients, that are basically the priests of these made up gods, that anything can be a god, and it's personalized to you. So I was the omniscient for the god of litany, the god of making lists. And my whole point was that I think the biggest thing that I like, the biggest point I made was that the bullet points of the list that you make, as you cross off each thing, as you get to cross it off the list, you're climbing the ladder. Each bullet point is a rung in the ladder, and you climb to the salvation of order through your own chaotic universe that's around you. You're trying to put things in order, because that's what our brains do. And we've got so much information coming out. It was a really, I really was happy that that's what I did, because I didn't, like, necessarily choose that. I kind of did on accident, but like, it was very, I was glad that was what it was, because I think I put together a good thing, and everybody that was there did it a different way. That's kind of the cool thing, is like the like haikus, it was haikus based on the book. The surrealism was about, like, these real studies. I did it like we all had our own take on what an omniscient was, and it was all great. So
if I were to worship or to talk about a god, what do you think it would be?
Jealousy. The god of jealousy would be I would say I want to say ambition, but I know that you like we've already touched on that. But I don't know, beard grooming, because man, you are looking.
I'm not even that good at it.
Looking.
My face is fatter, Rob. Have you noticed that?
No. More to love, though, baby.
Look at my boob. You like that?
You got a tattoo? Holy cow!
Oh yeah, you like that,
dude? You've got a tattoo on the other side too.
No, I don't. That's my.
Why
hair.
do you get tattoos?
That's hair.
You're never gonna. Oh, that's hair. Can you do that? Can I get a tattoo of chest hair so that I look like a man?
Right. Yeah, you like that? Pretty sweet.
No, it's good.
It hurts. Very painful. Goes all the way up my arm. All the way up.
Yeah, I knew that it started there. I just didn't know where it finished.
Look at how cool I look. Would you fight me on a street if you saw me?
Nope.
That's right.
Not even if I had a knife.
This tattoo might give me confidence enough to wear tank tops in the summer. Yeah.
I want to see that.
Maybe not.
I want to see it. Well, I will say too. I want to throw it on Friday. I went to the Donator show as well at the Redwood, and that's Morgan and Nick's band, who are they work down at Tony's, and I had a really good time down there. And in case they listen, I want to shout them out because the Donator show was a lot of fun.
If they have recorded music, they should give it to us, and we'll throw it on.
Yeah, they've got a video out there, and I don't know if they're on Spotify or not, but that was a trip because it was like I kind of felt like a fly on the wall. I felt like I really was walking through that bar, feeling like the camera in like an '80s movie about going to a show in LA, because it was like all the old regulars from Tony's, people I've never met, people I don't have the relationship with. They all went to this show, so it was like I was kind of just like the new person there,
it's
experiencing it. Yeah, and it was really cool. Like, whereas like every time somebody walked another step further, they saw somebody they hadn't seen in years, and it was like, so I didn't have that, but I felt like the camera that was capturing it in those scenes, and it was like it really felt like a thing. It was really cool.
We should do a doc on it on Tony's. That'd be cool. So speaking of things that you have thought of in your mind, briefly when we had a phone conversation a little bit, you said you have a new take on the hits film starring Adam Sandler and a bunch of other people that you don't know in the movie Happy Gilmore. You said I'm not sure when that movie came out, and it's odd that you bring up Happy Gilmore because for like a second, the kids were kind of on an Adam Sandler kick, and they're watching Grown Ups too. And I was like, if you're gonna watch Adam Sandler movies, like,
let's go to the good stuff.
You got to watch Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. We watched Billy Madison. Okay, it does not hold up. It is a dumbass movie.
It's that's like going back and watching Going Overboard, which was
Overboard is horrible. It never was good.
Yeah. Well, you're not talking about Overboard, the
Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, Going Overboard. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good at all. It's like
it never was good. It was bad. It was always bad. He was like a stand-up.
It was always bad, but it was
enjoyable.
It's enjoyable as an adult, where you can look at it and go like, "This is so bad that it's good." But
I asked her, what's the one joke I remember? Like, I asked a girl on a scale of 1 to 10, what am I? And she said urinate. So I started peeing on her shoes. It's so fucking lame. But
so lame.
The 1996 comedy/romance rom-com, a little bit, 1 hour 33 minutes. Happy Gilmore. You have a whole new perspective on it, and I want to hear what it is.
All right. So my friend Brian, a guy I know from down at Tony's, a really cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about golf because he's a golfer and I like golf, and he sent me an Instagram video of a Happy Gilmore scene, and then afterwards he put like he goes, "I'm a shooter. I'm team shooter all the way." He's on Shooter McGavin's side.
Okay.
And
it's a hot take.
And he's a Patriots fan.
Is he a Tom Brady fan or a Patriots fan?
I think he's a Tom. Yeah, he's a Patriots fan. He's a Boston fan.
All right,
through and through.
Yeah.
And my response was, in the moment, of course a Patriots fan would be on Team Shooter. You got to be that guy to be on Shooter McGavin's side. But then I spent the next 4 hours think, thinking about that movie, and
Did you go back and watch it?
No, I didn't go back and watch it. I only pontificated on it in my own brain, and I was like, you know what? I think in my older age, in my wisdom,
You're cutting out. Hold on. You're cutting out.
might,
You cut out. Start again. In your wisdom.
yeah, in my old age wisdom years of 35, I might be on Team Shooter as well. I think Happy Gilmore is the villain of that film.
How so?
Because Shooter McGavin, this gets into the Dark Knight shit, where it's like, you know, you're only a hero if you live long enough to become a villain.
Yeah.
Shooter McGavin is in that position where it's like he's worked on the PGA Tour like his whole life. Has been leading up to getting the green jacket, and he's the favorite to win it. He's supposed to be the best. And then this fucking hockey player who doesn't even know how to putt. He just can hit the ball far. It's that's the opposite of what golf is about. Golf is about strategic play, the variables of everything. And this fucking guy comes out of nowhere and snatches it out of his hands. Now Shooter becomes the villain when he buys the house and goes, you know what? I think I'm going to put my trophies in your grandma's room. You know, like that's when he's lived long enough as the hero to become the villain. But as a young person, you look at it and you go, instant gratification. Happy Gilmore, I'm on his side. You just pick up a club and you're good at it and you fucking win. That's what you think life is when you're a younger person. But as you grow older, I think you should go back and rewatch that movie and be on Shooter McGavin's side, because you see a guy whose lifelong goal is snatched out from underneath him. The rug is pulled out, and the raw emotion of that character is to lash out at Happy Gilmore's grandmother, which is like the human emotion of like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna fuck your life up because you just fucked my life up. It's revenge and jealousy and pompous, like it's childish, yes, but we revert to a childish demeanor when we don't get what we want, and it's something that we actually worked for. Imagine if you went back to school, and you got your second master's degree, and then you got your job, and like you found a house, and you put in an offer on, and they're like, yeah, you know, and then some fucking kid whose parents gave them $1 million walked up and said, I'll give you this much cash for the house, and the people turned to you and went, sorry, we're going to sell the house to this guy. Wouldn't you fucking be pissed off at that?
I would be upset. In like my luck, it would be, you know, they'd be like, oh, some guy from California, big writer dude, he decided to come back. He decided to come back from where he's from, the state of Wisconsin. I look around, I look over my shoulder, and there you are with a big grin on your face. You'd be like, ha-ha.
I'm not even going to live here. This is just where
I'll make this a rental. You can rent this from me
yeah.
for more than the mortgage.
What's your monthly rental budget? $3,000? I think I'm going to make it $3,500.
yeah. Oh gosh. You know what? You might be onto something. You might be right.
I had to go back to Brian and go like, man, you fucked my head all up.
4 hours. 4 hours. It just consumed my mind. Shooter McGavin. He's the guy.
The entire rest of my day. I was supposed to be focusing on fixing washer dryer units, and instead I'm thinking about Happy Gilmore and my life, and how now, like the other day, I had to kick a skateboarder. There was a guy filming a trick on the property that I work at, and I had to walk up to him and go, hey man, you got to go. I used to be the guy skating the ledge, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm the guy. I used to be the guy getting kicked out. Now I'm the guy kicking people out. What have I become?
Do you feel good about it?
No. But at least I did. If I see that happen again, I've come out. Like I was talking to my brother
Come with a script.
And it's like, next time I'm going to be a really big asshole. If they're filming, I'm going to be a huge asshole. I'm going to grab the board and I'm going to go, get the fuck out of here. You can't skate here.
Give them footage.
You fucking, I'm going to be really aggressive. And then like, as soon as they get aggressive back at me, I'm going to go, I just wanted to give you guys a good take for your video. So you got something out of this.
Yeah. Well, it would be even better. It'd even be better if you like yell at them or whatever. And then like, you're like, you know what? I'm taking this. And then you go skate and do a kickflip and then like just keep going riding into the sunset.
The best would be like whatever trick they're trying to do. If I was good enough to like go and be like, you can't fucking skate here, take the board, and then go. And if you're gonna do it, just get it first try, and then go do the trick that they were trying to do. Right.
I remember when we growing up, when I did live in an apartment, we lived on the upper level, and you've met Brandon. He was obviously lived with me, and we're looking outside and we see these kids skateboarding on our, on like a little stoop type thing. There's kind of a long sidewalk, and then you can like ollie 2 steps, right?
Yep.
So these kids are doing it. They don't live there, and we just see them. And then I remember Brandon just like opens the window, goes, "Why are you kids skateboarding?" Just scream, just to like mess with them. And they get up, grab their boards, and start running. And Brandon's like, "That's right, run!" And it was like the funniest. I couldn't stop laughing for like 20 minutes because it was just so fucking funny. Like these kids they're like, they know they're not supposed to be there. They grab the boards and they just book it.
Well, that's the beauty of being a kid. Or now looking back on it, like. I remember getting kicked out of places all the time, and now I'm realizing like they had no authority to kick me out.
Yeah,
they were bluffing me 100% that I would listen to them. That's it.
I mean,
I walked up to these guys that were skateboarding the other day, going full well like, if these guys just decide to keep skateboarding here, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah,
but at least I went and said, like for my own job's sake, like I told them. But they just walked away, and I was like, huh.
Yeah.
They thought I was telling the truth.
You're that guy now.
You can't skate here. Oh, shit, I thought we could.
Yeah. You got to, now your next job is going to be posting like the metal signs that say no skating, private property, no skateboarding, rollerblading, or biking, or whatever.
I think I said to them, hey, man, I wish I could be here skating this ledge with you, but instead I'll be painting it tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks for scraping it up and adding more work to the.
All right, ad lib for 30 seconds.
Ad lib for 30 seconds. Why, you got to pee again?
Dude, I drank all day today. I'm sorry.
Drank all day. He shuts the door, but the last time he did it, you can hear it pretty well. Let's give it a couple. You're going to sit down and do it? You can hear me talking still? Yeah, he's got the headset on so he can hear me play by play. Robert Phillips approaches the bowl. He drops the pants and the trow is down. He silently takes the seat. He tucks it in between his legs. The stream is strong, but not so strong where it sounds like, the Nile River, more like a brisk dribble of a creek, if you will, a makeshift. His phone went off. He's got a text. Thank God he's sitting down so he doesn't drop his cell phone into the toilets, because that is just. Oh, he opens the door. He didn't flush.
I did get a text.
Didn't flush.
I didn't even hear it.
Didn't flush. Didn't wash his hands. What?
I did wash my hands.
What a barbarian.
They're wet.
They're what? Yeah, prove it.
And I did flush too.
You got another text. What's going on? Is that a woman?
No, it's probably Ryan and Trevor talking about gaming.
How's your love life?
I love life. That's how it is.
I like that. That is a great response, and I won't pry any further. What is your life like with the ladies?
I hang out with the ladies.
When's the last time you wet your whistle?
Let's not. I don't want to.
What? You don't ref basketball anymore?
No.
Oh, damn. Okay. You hung that up. Okay, that was just a side gig for a little bit.
My striped shirt is retired.
I would never really ask you that question, Rob. What kind of person do you think I am?
Dude, you're the type of person that asks that question to me.
No, I am
you
not.
You know that.
Not in a public forum like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I would ask
but
you.
No, yeah.
Private.
Not since I've been out here. Let's put it that way.
Bummer.
I haven't reffed any games since I've been to California.
Yeah. You have touched some great car handles, though.
Yes, yeah.
I mean,
but not that's literal. That's not metaphorical.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You touched something Bill Murray touched. And
I know.
Not a lot of people can say that.
I mean, now when I say I'm living the dream, I'm fucking living the dream, man.
I think the real question is, was Slimer there?
I didn't go to the buffet table, but he might have been. You know?
We started watching the 2016 Ghostbusters with
Melissa McCarthy. And
yeah.
I know I didn't make it through it, and not be like
I didn't either. It's bad. It's not good. It's like there's no ghost in it for like 45 minutes. You get the opening scene with Zach Woods, and that was good. I was like, okay, this maybe it does live up to some expectations. Like it got a lot of flack. No. I watched the opening scene. I was like, okay, this has some promise to it. Let's see how it goes. And then it's like nothing happens for the longest time, and I was like, all right, we got to turn this off.
But I will say this, when you watch the first Ghostbusters, takes a little while to get into.
Well, but you get the opening library scene where you see the ghost and you see the rawr and shit like that, and you don't even get that in this one. It's just all visual. A chair flies at him, and then the stairs collapse, and then he falls into whatever. You know what I mean? But it's not like you don't see the ghost.
It feels like they should have made it 3D.
I'm sure they did.
So that it was well, it's bad because you're watching it in 2D and the chair is not actually flying at you.
Did you watch Afterlife?
No, but that's one I think I want to.
It's good. That one's good because and I think it's been out long enough for me to talk about.
Wait, which one is it? The Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Yeah. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I saw that in theater. What am I fucking talking about? Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, you did? Okay. Where it's
that's with the kids, right?
Spangler's grandkid.
Yeah.
And he's dead.
You know, I got notes. I do have notes.
Do you?
But
it was pretty good.
It was better than the 2016 Ghostbusters by far.
Yeah, but it's not that one's not really canon. They're all in there. Dan Aykroyd's in there. Bill Murray's in there.
But the big thing that I had a problem with was that these kids, all of a sudden, they just know how to use the shit. Go back and watch the first Ghostbusters. These guys invented these machines. They still don't know how to use them in the first movie.
Yeah,
they're like, I think if we do this, they really don't understand their own equipment, and you can make the case that Spangler's grandkid is so smart that she just puts it all together, but. To me, I was just like, I think these kids got this down too quickly. I think they give them a learning curve.
They YouTubed it, man. You can YouTube anything these days, even on how to cross streams.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up later.
One movie, depends on what Be careful on what website you search that. One movie I'm really excited about comes out this Friday. Rob, Scream 6.
I thought the last one was the last one, man.
Nah, dude, I'm actually really excited about it because I loved Scream 5. I thought it was great.
How many screams can be made? I mean, isn't their voice gone by now?
Well, they're different killers every time.
Dumb joke. Sorry, that was a dumb joke.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was stupid. But
thank you. And that was brought to you by toothpaste. Bad jokes.
I think this one looks awesome, man. And there's some theories, if you follow the movies, I don't know how many of the Scream movies you've seen, but the theory or the guesses is that Stu from the original one, so Matthew Lillard, is the killer in this one again. We'll see. Even though he
This is your
supposedly
purview.
died.
I want to see Skinamarink.
Huh?
I want to see the movie Skinamarink, which is supposed to be a scary movie. Look it up. It's like an independent scary movie. It looks, based on the trailer, it looks pretty interesting.
Okay. I want to.
Sorry, I don't get. You know me. I got to be weird. I can't watch blockbusters.
Yeah, I know. You gotta be. You gotta be like one of them.
The 1930s Mike Myers. His name is Gerald Coughlin.
Yeah. Yeah, like you go when you say you talk about like, oh yeah, I love Michael Myers. It's actually, you're watching Austin Powers.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's absolutely true. It's definitely Wayne's World.
Wayne's World is good. Him and Dana Carvey had a little bit of a falling out because
him and Dana Carvey did
a little bit because of Austin Powers.
Oh, because Dana Carvey wasn't in it?
No, well, more or less it was Mike Myers kind of essentially stole the Lorne Michaels impression that Dana Carvey did. So like if you watch Dr. Evil, that is him doing Lorne Michaels. And like
that doesn't make any sense.
The pinky thing, I guess like Dana Carvey did all the time, like when he was imitating. So like Mike Myers just used that. I don't know if that was like the full falling out. Obviously, they got back together for like, what was it, the 40th anniversary, and they did Wayne's World again. So I think they're fine. But in Wayne's World, the first one is amazing. I love that movie. That one holds up, I think.
It does. Yeah.
The second
Ribbed
one
for her pleasure.
Ew. Yeah. I like it.
It took me till I feel like I was like 30 when I figured out what the fuck he meant. Like I remember watching when I was a kid. I had no idea why that was a joke. I laughed at it, but I had no idea why it was a joke. It wasn't until I actually went and like bought condoms for the first time, and like when it was so.
Did that go through your mind when you saw that? You picked it up at the shelf. Oh, $5.99.
Oh yeah.
Ribbed for her. Oh yeah, instead of you, it was,
that's what they were talking about. Yeah. Why is this an you moment?
I guess I'll get this.
Yeah.
I like and the second one they are like, oh, tell them about your pubes or whatever. Like Garth just got pubes. Funny stuff. Good jokes.
Was Ed O'Neill in the first one or the second one? He was in the first one, right?
Who's Ed O'Neill? Oh, the Noah's Arcade guy?
No, Al Bundy. He was the donut shop guy.
Oh yeah. He's in the first one.
That was the first one. That was such a good scene.
Rob Lowe's also in the first one.
I mean, why are we talking about this? Everybody knows Wayne's World is amazing, and go watch
I discovered like really who Queen was because of Wayne's World. I heard, of course,
a lot of people did probably.
Of course, I've heard "We Are the Champions" and "We Will Rock You." Those are the songs that you just throw out there, but I didn't know that was like Queen. I knew this. I knew the songs, but then like when you watch that scene and they're jamming out to Bohemian Rhapsody, I was like, damn. And then like this was the day where you could download music illegally, and it was kind of okay. So I had a player called WinMX. And, before LimeWire, before Napster, there was this thing called WinMX, and that's what I downloaded music on. And I downloaded Bohemian Rhapsody, and like you only hear that like real rockin' part, right before in Wayne's World.
No, you hear the whole lead up.
You don't hear like the beginning. You get the.
Yeah, you do.
No, they put it in and it goes dun 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 dun. I see a little silhouette. That's where it starts, and then like you see all.
That's not the right. Okay, that's not. Yeah, you don't get the. Yeah,
you don't get the lead.
You're right. You're right.
And so like I'm listening to it, I play it, and I was just like, this doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. And then I keep listening. I fast forward a little bit, and then it's there, and I was just like, holy shit, this song is amazing. And then
I'll say this one like there was a while where since I've been out here in California, so in the last year, where I went down the road of watching reaction videos to people hearing Queen for the first time, and specifically Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
But people that never heard Queen, starting with Bohemian Rhapsody, and there's one video that's so amazing because it's clearly this guy that like makes beats and raps, and he's a singer. And he starts like crying. Like he gets teary-eyed based on the vibrato of Freddie Mercury. It was like a very like really cool reaction video. I don't go and watch reaction videos all the time, but every once in a while, like for Radiohead or for Queen or things like that, like it is interesting to go like, what do people think if they hear it now and they've never heard it?
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, if you like reaction videos, go and look at Queen reaction videos, because what he's doing with his voice and what they're doing as a whole unit is so good. When people don't know it and they get to hear it for the first time, you kind of get to go like, I heard it as a child.
Right.
So I don't remember a world where I didn't know who Queen was. I don't remember a world where I didn't know who Steely Dan was or Bob Dylan or the Beatles. So to see a 25-year-old like get to experience it for the first time, that's the best you're going to get, in terms of like just seeing somebody's life change in a moment.
He started crying.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, it was like he literally got like teared up about like how good Freddie Mercury's vocals were. And it was a really good reaction. Like it was one of the better ones, because I don't necessarily like the ones where like they stop it and they go, "This is what I think about it right now." Is at this point, it's like, listen to the damn song like first, and I want to see your real reaction in real time. Talk about it after. I can skip that if I want to. I just want to see the look on your face. I want to see like what it gives you in the moment, not pausing. And you don't have to tell me. Your face will tell me.
Mm-hmm.
We have eyes that can see the tonality and the shifts in emotion. So like just play it through.
Sounds pretentious. That guy does.
What, reaction videos?
That guy does. Crying over Freddie Mercury. Come on now.
Yeah, no, dude, it wasn't. I'm telling you, like like there's it's like you don't listen to music that makes you tear up sometimes.
No.
Man, that's crazy. Like go listen to Cat Stevens, Where Did the Children Play? Like that one for me
Wild World
makes me
ooh baby. That one?
It's a great song, but I'm telling you, where do the children play? Listen to the fucking lyrics and how he's singing them. And I used to listen to that and I used to lay on my bed and it would make me cry. That song did.
Okay. I was gonna say, be careful what you say about what you're doing when you lay in your bed.
Who do you think I am? Well,
well, you might fall asleep. You might fall asleep and miss the meaning of the song.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, my head went to a bad place. Yeah. I'm the bad guy here.
You pervert. All right, man. Well, good talks, good things. I need to renew my license plate, Rob. I looked over, and I found the reminder. It was due on February 26th.
Yeah, you're overdue, man.
Yeah, so I'm going to get charged an extra $10. That's pretty cool, huh? You excited about that?
Yeah. I just found out I have to get a real ID if I want to go home in July.
Oh, damn, that's right.
Family reunion.
Yeah.
So today I spent my day I'm getting my birth certificate sent out here, renewing my license, because my license expires on my birthday in a month. And I thought I had till 2026, but apparently I was wrong. So I need to get that. So I renewed that online. They're going to send that out.
And it's like just a thing on your. It's just a thing on your, like, just on the license, right? That says it.
Yeah. It's basically like it'll be the same as my license now, but with a star on it instead of a sentence that says not for federal purposes. Which to me, it's like it's just extra money that they want to get out of you. That's the whole way the world works. It's the way the government works. But I can't get the real ID from Wisconsin with my license unless I go to the DMV and actually go there personally.
Yeah.
So I have to get a real ID here in California, which I have to get an ID here anyway. But in order to get that, I need my birth certificate and a bunch of other forms. And I have to do that before July because now I won't be able to fly domestically without a passport or this real ID thing, which I think is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's
that is
dumb.
stupid. I'm going to have to get that too then, probably, if I want to go to California, huh?
California to do the live podcast, yeah.
What the fuck? I do think my license expires this year, though.
Do you have a passport?
No.
Yeah, neither do I.
2025.
If you have that, you can travel from Wisconsin to California, or to, apparently a passport will do it. The fact that I've lived in this country my whole fucking life, and have never done anything really wrong, that still precludes me from flying back to my birthplace unless I pay the extra $34 to get this fucking thing. I really don't like that.
That's stupid.
I don't get mad about a lot of shit, but I'm really fucking mad about it.
I definitely have to get that checked out. I'm going to have to.
You know how many people can't go, like, that don't have, like, I'm already on the cusp of, like, okay, I've got to go through all these hoops to get the things that I need to get this ID. There's people that don't have the options that I have. I have plenty of options. It's not that hard for me. But the fact that there's people out there that I know don't have those options, it's like, they're fucking stuck in a state now unless they want to walk back? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Or drive.
What is our government doing? They're supposed to make things easier for us. That's their job. Fucking collect the garbage, make sure we have water, and let us travel. What are you doing? Like, who are we electing? I'm sorry, I don't want to get political, but fuck, man, like, what times are we living in where now Wisconsin is a country? If I have a passport, I can get there. Fuck off. All right, now I've said my piece. I've alienated some people that are for the real ID. If you're out there, like, tell me why. Send us letters, please. Tell me what I'm missing.
There it is. You drank Mr. Smooth Goes to Hollywood. Does it taste smooth and does it taste like Hollywood?
It tastes like Rob Phillips.
Take that as you will.
No, which means it's terrible and egotistical. You fucking asshole. No, it's good. I liked it. It was very good. I'm going to say it's Burt Reynolds on the can, even though it clearly looks like Tom Selleck from this angle.
All right. I drank Freak Parade from Drekker Brewing Company. It is good. I would drink it again. Tasty, you would enjoy that beverage again?
You know what? Actually, I would. It was really good.
Good. Make sure you are liking, subscribing to all things Dudes with Brews on a Porch on whatever podcast app that you like. You can hit us up on Instagram at Dudes with Brews Pod. You can follow us on Twitter at Dudes on a Porch. Look up Dudes with Brews on a Porch on Facebook and all that stuff. Click our link tree to get links to our merch. Buy a shirt, buy a mug, buy a sweatshirt, buy a
I need
pillow.
to get a laptop bag.
Get a laptop bag. You can even get cell phone cases with our logo on it. There's a lot of crap you can get. We make very little money off of it, but the support is great, and that's why we do it. So thank you, and we will see you next week.